Okay, the power supply to the house runs from a pole on the other side of the lane all the way over the lane to the old kitchen, but the old kitchen is going to be demolished soon to make way for the new extension, and so we need to move the power supply, the meter box, the fuse boards and things somewhere different, and for that we need to get in touch with National Grid so that they can come out and organise moving things around for us. Lots of fun. So there's a section on the National Grid website about moving your electricity meter. Essentially what you've got to do is take some measurements of how much cabling you're going to need, have some site maps of where the meter box currently is and where you want it moved to, and then you submit all these, and then they send someone out to come and have a look, and if they're happy with everything then they tell you how much it's going to cost, and pretty easy to organise really. I've dug part of the trench and run into some massive tree roots. It was kind of predictable because there is a big stump of a tree here, but they're absolutely huge. So after a few days of struggling, we've invested in a, what's it called?
Sozzle?
Sozzle. We've invested in a sozzle to cut through the roots.
Yes.
Reciprocating
Knife.
saw. Reciprocal saw. You give it a little bit, it gives you a little bit back.
I think in America they call it sozzle.
Sozzle, maybe in America. So we're going to try get through some tree roots. So today's hopefully going to be quite an exciting day because things are actually starting to happen, and National Grid are turning up today sometime to dig the trench underneath the drive, so that'll be fun. And in the meantime we've managed to get some help putting the new electricity box on the wall, and also this hole in the wall as well, drill that goes through to the underground, and that's where the electricity cable should feed through, and then I've got to dig it down into the ground around there. So I've still got a bit more digging to do to finish things off, but yeah, I've got a deadline now because people are going to turn up at some point today, and then tomorrow is when they'll come out and fit the cabling and things like that. So bit of a job, but I'll get stuck in. I've been chipping away at this for some weeks now, still not quite deep enough. Still got this big root to come out.
So National Grid have been and gone, they've done their thing. They've tagged the electricity cable down the pole, through some rigiduct conduit ducting, through my little trench, through their trench, drilled in your hole through the wall, because the one I did wasn't in the right place apparently, but they're happy to do that. So the meter man has been and gone, and he's decommissioned the old meter. So full of yellow tape. We still don't have power, that's been switched off, and we're waiting for our electrician to come, hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know exactly when. So I'm without power indefinitely, and hoping everything in the fridge and freezer doesn't go off too quickly. That's where we're at after just one day, but happy that things are moving along. We're getting a bit of progress and things are changing. Also happy that we have fewer cables running to the house from the pole now.
It's all a bit of a shambles here, to be fair.
Right, so we've got Seb the electrician here. He's trying his best to get power back. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He's a bit confused. Yeah. He hasn't been qualified that long, maybe about 2 days or something like that. So we're kind of hoping he's actually doing the right thing. But from what I gather, there's a tangle of cables. We don't really know which ones are which, and which ones we need and which ones we can discard. So he's huffing and puffing, and it's probably gonna give us a big hefty invoice at the end of the day. So we'll see how he gets on. So builders come tomorrow, and that might mean that this could be the last look at what was as opposed to what will be in the future. So here we go.